I was sort of having a conversation with somebody. I know, weird. Um, about shopping. And, you know, the sort of shock and horror of how hard it is to remember where your car is in the parking lot. And I'm like, definitely, this is not a sign of getting older. Um, this, I believe strongly, is sort of an effect of avoidant personality disorder and the anxiety that comes with it. Because, and they've done studies that on average people can keep, like people with a healthy mind, which, getting to the point where I'm like, Alzheimer's really runs in my family. Maybe I should assume that about myself. I hit 50 and it's just like everything has gone downhill. But on average, you're supposed to be able to have about 7 things that you can keep in your mind at once. And you can layer them. Like, for instance, okay, I have to leave today and I have to go shopping and I have to go do this and I have to do this. And then, so you can do the 7 things under shopping. You can have in your head 4 different stores. And in the 4 different stores, then you can, like I'm going to go grocery shopping and I'm going to think of, there's 7 different aisles and in a store, and under this 7 in this first aisle, I'm going to get, spaghetti and sauce and cheese, and in this aisle I'm going to get 2 different types of drinks, and in this aisle I'm going to get, frozen foods aisle, I'm going to get ice cream, and I'm going to get frozen peas, and I'm going to, you know what I mean? You can do that layer. Great. One of the layers when you're doing that is remembering where your car is. So, I mean, it's not even a layer. It's like one of the first initial things that you're supposed to keep in your mind is the car, because it's a completely separate thing and it changes with each thing. So, of the initial 7, 1 is the list of all the different types of chores you're going to do that day. That sort of thing. One of them is where you're going to keep your car. But the thing that people sort of forget about when you have avoidant personality disorder is on that primary level will be remembering to cope with people and interacting. Is going to be, one of them is going to be reminding yourself that you can actually do it, because there's going to be a voice in your head saying, this is going to cause anxiety and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to have to deal with people and it's going to be horrible. And I can't. That's one of the 7, is reminding yourself that you've done it before and it's okay. Another one of the 7 is going to be a running, reminder, rumination about how you did X, Y, and Z in the past and blah, blah, blah. And I would say that 2 to 3 of the things that you are remembering anytime you go out into the public are coping with your avoidant personality disorder. One of them might be whatever coping technique that you've got. Like, for instance, this week for an entire day, I had the song Cara Mia stuck in my head on constant repeat. Absolute earworm. I'm like, are you serious? Well, that was one of the 7. And it pushes out the rest of the things that you can remember and keep in your head. And so, yeah, I was like, okay, I know the car is in the parking lot. Don't immediately think it got stolen, because I don't see it, because if I'm remembering where the car is, I'm remembering the time that I was feeling really at ease and didn't have very many things to think about, and so I remembered the car was in this spot 3 weeks ago, because that's the place where the memory kind of got stuck in. Comes Perry. Um, and so I go to that spot where 3 weeks ago I remember that I actually did park a car and it's not there, and it's like, ugh. It's like, okay, I have to be an idiot and go up and down the aisles of the parking lot, and everybody's going to watch. First of all, nobody's going to watch you. They're all totally concerned with themselves. The only time somebody would watch you is if they were being a little brat and wanted to sit in the car instead of going into the store, and somehow didn't have a phone or something to distract themselves and were just like watching. Do you know what the chances of running into that person are? About 1 in 1,000, maybe, probably less. Maybe you'll get somebody that's working in the lot who will be like, hey, can I help you? And you can just say, no, I'm just, looking for my cards. No problem. I'll find it at one point. And you know what? They probably run into those people before too. And they're probably like, okay, or whatever. Thank God I don't have to help you. I did my due diligence. I asked, and thank God I didn't get, roped into looking for this person's car. They probably really appreciate and will ignore you from that point on because they don't want you to change your mind and ask them to help. But yeah, that sort of thing happens a lot. So, how to counteract this? I've had, I think, at least 2 videos up that I've taken down. Yes, I do take down videos because I go, oh my God, that's so cringy. I can't believe that's up there. About making a bullet journal. A bullet journal is basically a little notebook you carry around with you at all times, like a security blanket. And it is a running list of basically your to-do list. And also, if you have any appointments for that month, it's like a diary, agenda book. And the point of a bullet journal is it's not like a planner that has specific amount of space, because some days you might have like a ton of stuff to do, and sometimes you might have nothing. And so you don't have to waste the space, and you don't have to look at an empty square and go, oh, I should fill that in with something. Nah. You just keep going and going and going and going. And also it's good for looking back and saying, okay, so wait, when was the last time I got an oil change? And you can flip back and go, oh yeah, I got an oil change on this date 4 weeks ago. I don't need to get another one yet. That sort of thing. So as far as remembering all the different types of chores that I need to do in one day, that helps me. So that takes off one layer of the 7 of the things that I can keep going in my mind. Because I don't even have to remember to bring my bullet journal with me. I have it in my bag all the time, so it's the same as bringing the keys. You can't get in the car and go unless you have the keys, so it's in the bag with the keys, so I have it. That helps. I don't know if you want to do that, but and people do it on their phone and stuff like that. But the other thing, and I know I'm like a broken record, I'm constantly repeating the same thing, is just give yourself a break about it. This happens. It's common. Nobody's paying attention to you, no matter what the thought is in your head, and yeah, it's just one of those things. You can only remember so many things, and if 2 and 3 of those things are related to coping with avoidant personality disorder, so you can get the rest of the stuff out and done, then remembering where your car is, or whatever the equivalent of that is going to be just about impossible. When I go on trips, believe me, if I basically use any other type of transportation other than my car at any point, I'll take a picture or even a video. If I'm in a really big parking structure, I'll take a video showing from where my car to where the elevators are, and whatever the name of, it's E6 or something, like it's a chessboard, of where exactly I am, so that I can, you know, trace my steps back and find my car. Because it's just not, you know, like my son has no problem. As a matter of fact, that's another one. I'm sure that you don't have that. My son remembers a car all the time. He can find it anytime. So it's like, okay, cool. If I bring my kid shopping with me, then I don't have to remember the car at all. He'll remember it for me. So if you've got something like that, and you know, you can bring something like that along, that'll work too. But yeah, okay. Rambled enough. Bye.